Howdy mates, how are we doing? So noticeably as I was walking through here, we found this guy. You see that long lanky body that's moving right there? That is known as an Eastern Yellow Ratsnake. As you can see, they can grow up to 4 or even 5 feet long. Just look at its body. So, with that being said, that it's a rat snake, it's actually a non-venomous snake. So you don't have to worry about it being harmful. I mean, obviously still keep your distance, but just be sure that you know what type of snake it is you're looking at. So I've been here for a few minutes now, and it initially was up on this tree here just checking me out, and then I just let it move off the tree and make its way down. But yeah, since they are non-venomous, basically the way you can tell is looking at their eyes. So I've got a couple of pictures just to provide some visual cues, but their eyes, instead of, so a non-venomous snake's eyes are very similar to ours. So like their pupil and their iris is perfectly round. But if it were a venomous snake, it would be, their eyes would have more of like a triangular shape. Kind of think of it like a cat's eye, for example. So it's not perfectly round, but rather it kind of has like that triangle shape. And not only that, but venomous snakes, they usually have heat sensing pits near their ears. And with this Eastern Yellow Ratsnake, that is not entirely present. Nope, it definitely senses my presence. And another thing too, is to look at the shape of their head. So as you can see, I wish I could zoom in a bit more, but their head, or its head, has more of like a streamlined feature. But if it were a venomous, same thing. It would have more of that triangular head shape. So those are a couple of key ways to really tell the difference between a venomous and a non-venomous snake. But here's one thing too. Sometimes you can't entirely rely on features, because some snakes can actually mimic the appearance of a venomous snake. I think a great example is like the coral snake. You know, I'm not as familiar when it comes to the names of snakes, but some non-venomous can mimic venomous and vice versa. So that's another thing you really have to look out for too, as you can't just look at the physiological differences, but you have to look at some more details. You know, whether it be like the skin, for example. So that's just a thing to keep in mind. But the Eastern Yellow Ratsnake is actually endemic to North America. So they are indeed a native snake found here in Florida. So by no means is it invasive. It's not the same thing as like a Burmese python that is well known in the Everglades to be an invasive one. But these are part of Florida's natural world. Here you go, you guys. You know, I'm actually with a group today. I'm with Captain Planet and even my mother and grandma right now. But I didn't really want too many people to be around, because this snake would be absolutely terrified if everyone was here. So that's why I have this video right now. But yeah. So the best thing that we can do is just to let him do his own thing. You know, let him look for his food and home. But yeah, this is over at Pinecraft Park near Sarasota. So what we're actually doing today is we're basically doing like trail assessment. So we're kind of looking at which trails are necessary to keep and which ones are not. So what I mean by that is this park is known to have some excessive trails that lead to the same point. So the goal is to really reduce how many trails are here so that there's reduced traction going on. And it also would create a bit more space for our fellow homies as well in this park. Not only that, but we're also doing the removal of the air potato, which I've mentioned before in past videos. That is an invasive vine that is found in Florida. It was introduced back in the late 1800s, and it's native to parts of Asia. So here's actually an example. Yeah. So you see this vine that has like all that brown to it. It looks kind of wilted. This is your air potato. And I'm gonna see if I might find an example. No, can't. But what they produce are like these little foods. They could range from being that big to being this big. And they look very similar to potatoes, but they're not true potatoes though, as they aren't really, they don't really have the edibility like potatoes do, because they're actually poisonous. They're actually more closely related to yams. However though, when people hear yams, they think automatically sweet potatoes. But the thing is, there's many forms of yam, and sweet potato is just one of many. So just because it's a yam does not mean that it's a sweet potato. So just something else to keep in mind as well. So it's a neat park because you really have a chance to see like the hardwood hammock that inhabits Florida. You know, you get to see like your cabbage palm and even live oak right up here. So it's a neat park. Yet there are indeed quite a few different types of invasive plants that are found here. So, alright you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm glad that I was able to find that snake. I mean, much as I really would have loved showing everyone else the snake, I just feel that it would have been kind of scared, and they wouldn't really have a chance to interact with it. And another thing too is kids have a very high curiosity, and they may get too close to it, and the snake might get hurt, or the non-venomous snake could try defending itself. So that's why I just thought I'd let everyone make their way through and then do a video on it. So, okay you guys, hope you all enjoy your Wednesday, and once again, on a journey is outwards. Take care folks, see ya. Take care you guys.